If you told me Disney was adapting Snow White into a live-action nightmare, I'd still have been unprepared for the absolute dumpster fire that this trailer showcases. Let's start with the casting of Rachel Zegler, who somehow manages to make Gal Gadot look like a literal goddess standing next to Lord Farquaad. The trailer wants us to believe that Ziegler's Snow White is the fairest of them all. Sorry, but as a kid, I'd feel outright lied to seeing a movie try to sell me on Zegler being more beautiful than Gal. That's not just a stretch. It's a full-on assault on basic logic and eyesight. And then there's the dwarfs, or, as I've started calling them, the Texas Chainsaw Garden Gnomes. These grotesque abominations look like statues stolen from a medieval torture chamber and covered in human flesh. The Uncanny Valley Disney didn't just visit. They set up camp and decided to terraform the entire region. Watching these things move on screen is like being forced to sit through a horror movie you didn't consent to watch.
She's going to be safe with the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be, and the leader that her late father told her that she could. I was scared of the original cartoon. I think I watched it once, and then I never picked it up again.
This isn't her first attempt at sticking her foot in her mouth, though this time, she's managed to shove it in so far she's practically chewing on her kneecap. Let's revisit some of her greatest hits. In one interview, she declared the original Snow White extremely dated, dismissing its portrayal of love and kindness as somehow beneath her high-concept leadership journey.
I just mean that it's no longer 1937.
Newsflash: Snow White was never about power trips. It was about hope, innocence, and yes, dreaming of true love. If that's dated, maybe we need more of it? She also called the prince a stalker. Really, Rachel? We're rebranding the classic tale of love as a PSA on stranger danger. Her comments show not just a misunderstanding of the character, but a complete lack of respect for what Snow White means to millions. And let's not forget her infamous Twitter moment, where she told her fans she hopes they never find peace. A bold strategy, alienating the very people keeping your career afloat. Of course, when the backlash rolled in, she scrambled to issue a canned, insincere apology. It was less "I'm sorry" and more "please don't cancel me." You could almost hear the PR team furiously typing in the background. You've got a studio trying to lecture the audience about progressiveness, while simultaneously greenlighting those dwarfs. How progressive is it to make the seven dwarfs look like they escaped from Ed Gein's basement? They cast an actress with the charisma of a damp napkin and the humility of a self-proclaimed influencer. No wonder this movie's heading for a cliff. Here's the reality. Disney's Snow White remake isn't just bad. It's an insult to the intelligence of the audience and a slap in the face to the legacy of one of their most beloved characters. Instead of celebrating the timeless beauty of the original, they've shoved a self-important lecture down our throats, wrapped in horrifying CGI and a lead actress who seems to think disdain is a substitute for charm. Disney, if this is your idea of a fairy tale, then maybe it's time to stop telling stories.